Welcome back to my channel, Simplified English 101. If you are new to this channel, please remember, like this video, leave a comment. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel and ring that good old notification bell so that you can be informed when a new video is posted. In today's lesson, we are going to be doing the English A Paper 1, that's the May-June 2014 CSEC past paper. The lesson will focus on the first set of discrete items for the 2014 paper. I'll also walk you through how to get your answers, as well as provide you with detailed explanation for each item. Let's begin. The instruction reads, each sentence in this section has either one or two words missing. Choose from the four options the word or pair of words which best completes the meaning of the sentence. Mark your choice on the answer sheet. Number 1 reads, her criticism was constructive and honest with no dash whatsoever. The sentence is basically asking you to look for a word that would complete the thought or the idea that's being conveyed. The idea that is being conveyed is that a criticism was offered, it was constructive, and it was also honest. With that being said, it should not be lacking. It should be consistent in thought. It would not be malice, because malice suggests that there is hate or spite. When a criticism is given and it is constructive and honest, then there will be no sort of spite there, since constructive criticisms are usually given out of love. It would not be candor, nor would it be directness, because both words suggest a form of honesty or mean form of honesty or clarity for the most part, some sort of frankness. We would not select those options because the word honest is already there. We don't want to be redundant in our thought and speech. Therefore, we're left with C. C would be selected as the correct answer because it suggests that there is clarity and unity and consistency. Let's move on to number 2. Because she had worked all day, the helper was dash the task of preparing supper. The idea being presented is that someone was rewarded. So we're looking for a word that suggests that. It would not be deprived of, because that suggests that you take away something from someone. And if you're grateful, as they are in this sentence, you would not be taken away. It could be relieved because it suggests that you're glad or you're grateful or you've reassured someone in some sort of way, a kind of rewarding way. It would not be C because C says barred from. Barred from means that you kind of block someone, prevent them from, which is the same as hindered from, which means to obstruct. As such, the answer would be B. Number 3 says, her parents should try to dash their children so that they may eventually become dash. The idea being conveyed is that parents should do something that is beneficial for their children so that they, the children, can reap the benefits eventually. It means, therefore, that discipline and timid would not work, because discipline means to control and the timid suggests to be fearful. A parent would not want to discipline a child to be fearful. That makes no sense. It would not be B, because B says train and intelligible. As a parent, you do want to train your child, but the word intelligible suggests a clear understanding. C says pamper and acceptable. It would not be that, because pamper means to comfort, while acceptable suggests something that is suitable. The option that we're left with is educate. As a parent, we want to educate our children so that they can be self-sufficient. Number 4 says, justice must be seen to be done, for dash treatment can cause great dash. The options given are unfair resentment, pronounced anger, unlawful surprise, unrewarded, and bitterness. The answer would be unfair and resentment. Number 5 says, there are many who would try to dash your efforts because of their jealousy. It would not be A, because A suggests that you want to help someone, and B affect suggests that you want to change or alter, and C means to frustrate, which is start, and encourage means to be cheerful or to uplift. So the answer for number 5 would be C. Let's move on to number 6 to 10. This section contains equivalent sentences. And in a previous video, you would have been told that when you are doing equivalent sentences, you must always remember that you are looking out for the option that is equal in meaning to the original sentence. It means, therefore, that the structure of the sentence can change, the words used in the options can change, but the meaning of the sentence must remain the same as the original. Number 6 says, his books are interesting and provocative. It would not be A because A says that the books are just exciting, which is the same as interesting. It would not be B because B says his books tend to make the reader angry. The original did not say that. C says his books are appealing and stimulating. It could be C. But let's look at D. His books are concerned with trivial topics. Trivial topics mean things that are not important. The original did not say that. So the answer for number 6 would be C, because when we think about provocative, it also gives a meaning of sexual appeal, something that is stimulating. So his books are not just appealing, but they are also stimulating. Number 7 says, cigarettes have been linked to lung cancer, and strangely enough, so has bacon. It would not be A, because when you look at the option for A, it says quite unlike. It would not be C, because C says it is no wonder at all that both. No wonder changes the meaning. It would not be D, because D says cancer of the lungs links cigarettes. The original did not say that. So the answer would be B. Peculiar and strangely enough carries the same meaning. Also, the content of both remains the same. Number 8 says, people in the market were as varied and curious as the wares they offered for sale. It would not be A, because A says that the people in the market were curious about the variety of goods. The original did not say that. It would not be B, because B says that people in the market selling the various and unusual. The original did not say that they were selling anything unusual. It would not be C. That means we are left with the option D. D says the wares for sale in the market were as different and strange as the people selling them. That is the same idea as the original. Number 9 says, according to the witness, he did not see the accused man near the scene of the crime. So if you have been following my channel and if you have subscribed, you would have noticed that this item, like many of the other items in the past papers, are repeated items. Answer for number 9 would be the witness testified that the accused man was not seen by him near the place where the crime was committed. Number 10 says, the result of the flooding was some financial loss to those farmers whose crop were destroyed. The original sentence for number 10 is basically saying that it is the flooding that caused the farmers to have both a financial loss and damage to their crops, or their crops being destroyed. It means, therefore, that the sentence that we're looking for as its equivalent should say the same idea. A says the flood destroyed crop and caused some farmers to lose money. Now, this is similar to the original in the sense it is saying that it is the flood that destroyed the crop and caused the farmers to lose money. B says when the flooding was over. Now, we're going to strike that out because the original did not talk about when it was over, when it started. C says after the flood, all the farmers suffered financially because of. We're also going to strike that out because the original did not say that. D says the financial loss which the farmers suffered was not helped by the flood, which subsequently destroyed their crops. D is suggesting that the flood made their financial problems worse, suggesting that before the flood, they had financial problems. And the original did not say that. So the answer for number 10 is A. Let's move on to number 11 and 12. The instruction reads, some of the following sentences are unacceptable because of inappropriate grammar, idiom, or vocabulary. Some sentences are acceptable as they stand. No sentence contains more than one inappropriate element. Now, if you have been following my channel, you would have noticed that I would have explained what idioms are, what to look out for in this section. So let's get right into the item. Number 11 says, one of the admirable characteristics of the young is that they are not easily scarred. And the pronoun one is linked to characteristics. So one characteristics. The subject of this sentence is the word young. The word young is a general term used to make reference to all young people. As such, the subject of the sentence is plural, and so the expression they are is correct. So there is no error in this sentence. The sentence is acceptable as it stands. Number 12 says, Peter now have influenza and so is unable to participate in the inter-school games. The error for this sentence is at A. Why? Peter is singular, and as such, the verb should also be singular. Have suggests a plural verb. The sentence should say, Peter has. Number 13, the rest of the team was not in no mood to continue the game and went off the field. Error for number 13 is at B. Why? Not no is a double negative. When used together, it creates a double negative. As English writers, your sentence should remain positive. And as such, we would need to remove either not or no. One must go. Number 14 says, too much students entered the competition. Only one of them was good enough to reach the quarterfinals. The error in this sentence is at A. When we use the word much, we talk about stuff that is uncountable, like sand and salt. The word many is used in reference to people, things that can be counted. So too many students, the correct answer would be many. Number 15. The exhibition is expected to be a major attraction, not only to adults, but particularly to school children in the area. The error for this is at C. The word particular should be particularly. I'm not sure if you would have heard me when I read the correct sentence. So the error is at C. The word should be particularly. Let's move on to number 16 to 20. The instruction says, select the option A, B, C, or D that best describes each of the sentences and mark your choice on the answer sheet. The sentence is to word A. That means it contains repetition and redundancy. The sentence contains cliché or misused metaphor. The sentence is incorrect grammatically or faulty in diction, or the sentence is acceptable as it stands. When a sentence is too wordy, we're expecting to see the same idea or words expressed throughout. Once we see that, that's an error. We select A. If the error is at B, cliché or misused metaphor, it means that we're going to be seeing overused expressions in the sentence. Or misuse metaphor, meaning you have two or more metaphors in a sentence. It creates a kind of comical effect, which it should not. So it makes a sentence, it doesn't make sense. C, incorrect grammar, meaning we're looking out for grammar in subject-verb agreement, tenses, spelling, punctuation, and the list goes on. If you read number 16, you'll realize that the error is A, too wordy. We have advanced, step or two, then we have retreated back. The error for number 16 would be at A. Number 17, after reading the sentence, it would be clear to you that there is no error in the sentence at all. For number 18, after reading, you would have realized that the error is at B. The metaphors are, politician hammered the nail of his argument into leafy minds of his audience. Number 19, the error for number 19 after reading, you would have seen would be at C. The error is faulty diction. The word should not be products, but produce. For reading number 20, you would have realized that the error for number 20 would also be B. Please remember to like my video. If you are a newcomer, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you'll be informed when I make new postings like these. Until then, bye.